Hello students, today we shall discuss about the remaining contents of the history part, third lessons of class 10. In the last classes we discussed about the conditions of the peasants and which were the causes of the revolt against the British government, British administration, by various communities like the middle class, the lower class, and even the aristocratic classes. Even the religious groups like the Pandits, Purohits also were discontent against the British administration, which resulted into the rise of revolt in various revolt. But before the revolt, the probable consequences which can be seen through the revolt of 1857 in India, and also it had a big impact on Assam. So first of all, we have studied in class 9 that in whole part of the India, the revolt of 1857 has certain causes like the reactionary measures of Lord Dalhousie, who had enacted the doctrine of lapse, Lord Wellesley, the subsidiary alliance, and also certain kind of imperialist policy, the collection of high taxes, and also many British army, many Indian soldiers which were appointed into the British army, which had declared mutiny and shook the foundation of British administration. Why they started the mutiny? In regards to the Enfield rifle policy by the British. You know about the history of Enfield rifle, I hope so. And also in regards to their condition in the British army, that they were given lesser salaries, their remunerations, also the facilities given to them. Their posts were not upgraded to a level, and all the posts of the high level posts were reserved for the British people. Then again, the ruling class, which were being deprived by ruling their own administration, ruling their own territory through doctrine of lapse and subsidy alliance, as enacted by Lord Dalhousie and Lord Wellesley consecutively, the ruling class also were discontent against the British administration, and together the Indian soldiers with the all section of people like peasants and also the Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah Jafar II have tried to strengthen their positions through the revolt. There were certain rulers which were fighting against the British in the revolt of 1857, like Nana Sahib of Kanpur, the Maratha leader Tacha Top, Rani Lakshmi Bai of Jhansi, who led the revolt of 1857 in various parts of India. And this ruling class wanted to reinstall Bahadur Shah Jafar II as the Mughal ruler, Mughal emperor once again, and tried to end the British rule. But it didn't happen. Now, as I have already discussed, that the Assamese people were also rising against the British policies, against the British dominion and exploitation of the British. And also this revolt of 1857 has given an opportunity, a golden chance to the upper classes, not to the peasants, not to the lower classes. The peasants were also discontent, the middle class also discontent, all the classes were discontent against the British administration. But the ruling classes started to set forth in revolting against the British administration, the elite classes, and they wanted to throw out the British administration, British rule, and re-establish the Ahom monarchy. So it is because of this the revolt of 1857 led to reaction in Assam. Some people of Brahmaputra Valley tried to instigate the Indian soldiers into the British army based in Assam. They thought that as the Indian army, Indian soldiers or the British army started the revolt in Meerut, as consequently you can know that is the revolt was led by the Mangal Pandey and Ishwar Pandey. So this they started. So the Ahom elite classes also tried to instigate, and they hoped that the soldiers which were appointed, which were working under the British administration in the army base in Assam, the elite classes were trying to instigate these soldiers, but it has a little effect. They did not understand the true gravity, the true meaning of the revolt. Okay, so no such reaction was seen in the Brahmaputra Valley and also the Barak Valley, though some soldiers from Chittagong had created a little chaos, but it was very negligible, and the British were able to suppress this kind of small revolt in very easily. So when the revolt broke out in North India, there were two British army regiment posted. That is, the first one is Assam Light Infantry in Dibrugarh, and the second one Assam Light Infantry in Guwahati. Assam Light Infantry in Dibrugarh and in Guwahati. Though at first the sepoys of both these regiments were indifferent, the news of the sepoy mutiny in Bihar resulted in some amount of dissatisfaction of the spreading among the Dibrugarh Guwahati regiment and also in the sepoy barrack, as instigated by the ruling classes. But it has not a very hard impact there. There came a person who led the revolt, a member of the elite class of the Ahom monarchy. His name was Moniram Dewan, who led the revolt of 1857. Okay, so he was the member of the elite class of Assam who were dreaming of throwing the British administration, throwing the British from Assam, and reinstalling the Ahom monarchy with one of the member of the Ahom king's grandson. His name was Kandar Prasad Singha. So King Purandar Singha's grandson, Kandar Prasad Singha, as the king, they wanted to reinstall him. And this Moniram Borbandar Barua, who was more popular as Moniram Dewan, led this thing and tried his level best to throw out the British administration and reinstalling this Ahom monarch. So how did it come? He went to Calcutta due to some cause, and also forwarding an application to the British government requesting that a portion of Upper Assam be placed under the rule of a ruler, that is the Ahom royal family. So there he got the news of the mutiny in Meerut. Okay, and thereby he started to dream about throwing out the British administration, expel the British administration from Assam. In Calcutta, he started to conspire for starting a revolt, for continuing the revolt, for starting the revolt in Assam too. So there he met a Muktiar. Actually, Muktiar in a particular language, he is an agent who can provide certain facilities to a person in lieu of money. So the name of the Muktiar was Madhu Malik. Maniram Dewan met Madhu Malik. He was a Bengali Muktiar, and together they had a conspiracy to drive out the British from Assam. So there were some associates of Maniram Dewan, like Bahadur Gaubura, Pioli Borwa, Formud Ali, Dutiram Buria, Mayaram Nazir, Mahavir Muktiar were some elite of Assam. They were also some of the groups of the elite who responded to Maniram Dewan's appeal. It was decided that Ahom Prince Kandar Prasad Singha will lead the soldiers in Assam in revolt, and Maniram Dewan will bring in Assam arms and ammunition, arms and weapon to Calcutta to help them. Okay, so the British government got a scent of the conspiracies hatched by Maniram Dewan before the revolt was started by Maniram initially. So it is a big matter of fact that how the British got the scent of the conspiracies. Already the revolt was going on in whole India, whole part of India, but the conspiracies to start a revolt against the British in Assam was going on, and that conspiracy was detected by the British government in the middle of August 1857. Accordingly, preparations were made to apprehend the rebels. The British government made arrangement to stop the rebels. Understanding the seriousness of the matter, Chief Commissioner Jenkins, he was one of the person in class 9. You have already started about this part, and that is the reform movement tried by Jenkins in regards to revenue, police, administration, whatever it is, education also. So he has a good knowledge in regards to Assam. So Commissioner Jenkins requested the government to send a force to train European soldiers. So in those times, no Indian soldiers may not be able to help, or they may be joining the revolt. So better to bring the European soldiers, as requested by Commissioner Jenkins. So in the first part of September 1857, the Principal Commissioner Captain Holroyd intercepted many letters. You see, Maniram Dewan was very far away from Calcutta. Calcutta was very far in those times. Today, by flight, we can travel to Calcutta within less than 2 hours. So in those times, traveling through Calcutta and coming back to Calcutta, it was quite cumbersome. So Maniram Dewan was in Calcutta. He was hatching a conspiracy against the British government, and he was arranging for the arms and ammunition, and there to involve his associates like Pioli Burua, Dutiram Burua, Mayaram Nazir. He sent letters, and the letters of the consent were again replied by these people to Maniram Dewan, staying at Calcutta. So in this transaction of the letters, that transaction from the middle was intercepted by the British government. Why it happened? Because in those times the post service was also under the British government. So in this way, considerable amount of letters which were being transferred from one place to another. Definitely it was obvious that the British would intercepted the letters when they opened up, and they got completely the conspiracy and also the full proof of Maniram Dewan, which he started to revolt, which he started the conspiracy to revolt against the British, and it was clearly mentioned in the letter. So on the request of Captain Holroyd, on the request of Principal Assistant Captain Holroyd, Captain Lowther, another officials, on the request of Captain Holroyd, Captain Lowther arrived in Jorhat with a force and arrested Kandarpur Singha on September 7. Kandarpur Singha, who was he? He was proposed to be installed as an Ahom king. So he was also part of the leader. He was sent off to Calcutta and jailed in Alipur jail. In those times, Kandarpur Singha was a minor. Immediately after Maniram Dewan was arrested in Calcutta, he was the main leader of the conspiracy against the British. He was kept in the Alipur jail for about 2.5 months and then sent to Jorhat in December. Captain Holroyd set up a special court after arresting Maniram Dewan, wherein Maniram Dewan and Pioli Burua was sentenced to be hanged to death. You see, today also, if we go against the government policy, against the government, there is a capital punishment. To the harshness of the harshest cases, that is that person who is going against the government, that person would be hanged till death. So obviously, going against the British government, Maniram Dewan and Pioli Burua was ordered to be hanged to death on being found guilty of charges of conspiracy against the British government. And on February 26, 1858, both men were hanged publicly in Jorhat jail. Madhu Malik, Kamala Burua, Tutiram Burua, Mayaram Nazir, etc., which were the associated of Maniram Dewan, were sentenced to be imprisoned for life. Bahadur Gaubura and Sheikh Formud Ali were sentenced away to Andaman, and all their properties were confiscated. In those times, when these people were sent to Andaman, they were called as Kalapani, or in Assamese it is called as Kolia Pani. So this is the revolt started by the Maniram Devan, started by the Assamese elite class, and also how it ended before starting. But still, Maniram Devan applied a great contribution against the British government in the revolt of 1821 to start, and it gave an enthusiasm and interaction to the Assamese subjects that in later future it started another revolt. It started many revolts, peasant revolt. The lower classes also were eager to start their own revolt consecutively. So next time we will discuss about how it failed, how the revolt of 1857 in Assam failed completely, and who was responsible in the failure of the revolt of 1857. We will discuss later in the next session of discussion. So for today I remain, and I hope so you will understand. If you don't understand, it is a video that I have posted that I will upload into the concerning YouTube. You better replay twice, thrice, 3 times, 4 times, as it is impossible to repeat for me again with the same video, same thing, the same topics, and with the same language, same wording that I am going to deliver to you. So better you read the textbook, compare my discussion with the book, and repeat if you don't understand 2-3 times. But just by one lecture it cannot be repeated. For you, I know I am trying to make it a little bit of interesting, but I know you are not interested in these subjects. So it is social science, but you have to read thoroughly the textbook and understand. So I hope so you will share this video to all of the students. For today I remain. Thank you.